Naruto Shippuden, episode 160 is where we're going to have to start off, because here we have our other video, and it started at 159. There actually was an interesting comment on this. There's only one comment on this, besides mine, about how in the Itachi Gaiden novel they flesh out the relationship between Itachi and Izumi, which is Itachi's girlfriend, and talk about how he puts her in Tsukiyomi, and she lives for 80 years under the Genjutsu or whatever and thanks him, and it's a sad story. And then he kills her or whatever for Sasuke and the whole plot. I learned about all that last time, but that was a neat little thing. But I just had that up so I knew which episode to start at. Because at the very end of the last thing we talked about, because it's been like a week since I talked about it on stream, and probably longer since I watched this part of the episode, I finished the pain arc like 2 days ago, I think. And that's where we're talking up to. We're talking up to 175, which is the end of the pain arc. The one before this is Kakashi versus Pain, where Kakashi supposedly dies. He does actually die. He'll get brought back to life, though. The fucking Naruto hasn't even shown up yet. So the mystery of Pain. What the fuck is happening in this one? Inoichi continues they do the interrogation thing. Like, the whole village fighting, like, was something I didn't remember. I remembered it being bad and that, like, only a few characters got to fight in the village and it hadn't been thought out well because the internet poisoned me into thinking Naruto was bad. This is not true. Everybody, like, Inoichi, who is Ino's father, he does some cool shit where he's infiltrating mines. What is the actual dude's name with the bandana on his head? Inoki? Is that his name? I'm sure they're... Ibiki, that's right, Inoki, Antonio Inoki. Ibiki, he gets like a fight and it looks like he nearly kills the female Pain, but then because he realizes that he takes their pain, and it's a weird like thematic thing of the way he does interrogation is through feeling similar pain and understanding how to like use it as a weakness. It was a cute little thematic thing, and then he realizes, oh, the pain bodies they don't feel pain, because they're like dead bodies being animated by chakra rods. Well, they don't figure the whole thing out yet. But yeah, summoning Jutsu Iron Maiden was pretty fucking sick. He summons a whole torture chamber, and it doesn't work. And he gets fucked up, and they all get fucked up. It's just a cool thing of, like, showing off, like, I didn't remember Ibiki's powers got shown off here, but he has a whole fucking moveset that was thought out, and he uses it. And he probably only ever uses it here, but it's pretty fucking sweet that gets fleshed out at all. What else happened in this one? Naruto's still training at this point. They try to fuse to his shoulder, doesn't work. In Konoha Danzo, it's the Anbu route unit that they'll be hiding underground until Pain's assault comes to an end. Danzo's fucking shit up. Everybody loves Danzo. Some of his members have dissent, and he's like, fuck that shit, I'm going to become Hokage, and I'm going to let this be all blamed on Tsunade. But I think in this episode, they actually figure out that they're dead bodies, and that they're probably communicating through chakra rods. Slowly, they're divulging how the pains work. It was largely how I remembered, I think. There were some surprising things, though. Then we get the next episode, which is the big Konohamaru episode, where he takes out a path of pain. I remembered him killing one of them. He doesn't. He just sort of stuns it and gets away, which is cool. One Rasengan killing a path of pain wouldn't have been too hot, but it's just a cute little thing. Konohamaru gets a whole episode here. The fact that Naruto had taught him a certain jutsu and he comes back and he fucks him up. It's all good. I like this Konohamaru bit. It's really cool. In this episode, Naruto is shown teaching the Rasengan to Konohamaru after deciphering Shirai's codes, and Shikamaru told him the time they had to become teachers. However, in a future episode, it is revealed that Naruto began to teach Konohamaru sometimes after the Tenchi bring Rensen's mission. Now, I watched a video on YouTube that told me that in the manga, Naruto taught Konohamaru the Rasengan before the time skip, and it's like old Naruto teaching it to him, not Naruto post-Shippuden, post-Tenchi Bridge, or post the conversation with Shikamaru. So that's interesting. Is chat saying anything about Naruto? Or are we still talking about old Attack on Titan memes? About Sasha, we shouldn't read that. We're doing Naruto right now. Kage Summon is the most underrated arc. I'm excited for it, I must say. I want to meet all the Kage again. They're all sick. You need 15 sub points to unlock another emote slot. I don't know how many subs we have right now, but it's not 15. Kage punching Sasuke through Amaterasu. Stop spoiling shit, Roboko. Stop it. But yeah, the pain that they're fighting is the one that can summon the hell thing. What's it called? It's literally called like the mouth of hell or some shit, or the gates to hell. It's sick. Back at Mount Miniaboku, Naruto attempts to run while gathering. Oh yeah, they're trying to do this shit, and they like give a big cliffhanger about Naruto's figured out how he's going to do Sage Mode by using Shadow Clones. They don't explain that he's going to use Shadow Clones, but like he's come up with an idea, and that's sort of the cliffhanger. But the Konohamaru moment is sweet. Ibizu and everybody else not selling out Naruto is a big meme. It's cool. It gets the point across that they all like Naruto now. Pain to the World. Is this the Almighty Push episode? I think it is. Yes, look at this. This is one of the most iconic Naruto episodes, maybe the most iconic Naruto episode. Shinra Tensei and Naruto showing up at the end. I remember I tweeted last time that fuck the Almighty Push thing, and Naruto showing up is way cooler, which is true. Rigor. It's a hell of a word. He uses paper clone rigor. With explosive... Rigged, shouldn't it be? With explosive tabs, I should stop saying it. What happens at the beginning? Shizune dies, right? This is the episode where her soul gets pulled out of her body. Oh, that's right. Kiba and his mum are fucking up one of the parts of Pain that has to retreat because he's not a fighting boy. That was cool. And then Shino and his family have like cornered Conan and they're eating through her paper because they're bug boys. That was sick. Again, just the whole village, like clearly Kishimoto had thought out like, well, the whole village has to attack in certain places, and it's cool, giving everybody something to do. Whereas the internet narrative is that Shino doesn't do anything ever. And even if it's a small thing here, it is shown that he is around and he is doing things. So it's cute. But then the Yahiko path arrives and talks with Tsunade. Tsunade's speech here. Now, I'm going to defend a lot of Naruto thematic stuff and a lot of the more idealistic, positive, we have to believe in each other speeches. The Tsunade one here, where like it's like a big build up and then a cutaway, and Tsunade's big line is "You've lost the ability to believe," and how the voice actress does it is not the best. It's even for me, I'm pretty post cringe. I'm pretty down with some corny voice acting or some corny thematic stuff. Even for me, the Tsunade speech here in the dub was a little yikesy of just like, you've lost the ability to believe or whatever, and it's just like, okay, okay, calm down there, Tsunade. I don't know, Jiraiya had the big monologue right before he died that I praised a lot for being really cool. This was not that. And even Pain, talking about pain later, I think it's even in this episode. I think even that, which can verge on being very edgy and very cringe at times, I feel like that gets pulled off by Troy Baker a lot. It's funny. I used to do the meme like shitting on dub voice actors for being bad thing. It's like, I know how good Troy Baker can be as an actor, right? He's Joel in The Last of Us. Incredible stuff. It's really just down to voice direction and dialogue writing. Like, obviously the dialogue in The Last of Us, especially Last of Us Part 2, is like the best dialogue ever written. So comparing it to like Naruto dialogue is not too hot. But it's just like an interesting thing of like, voice actors can probably be good. It's probably not their fault when they're bad. It's probably the material they're given, the voice direction. General probably dub voice directors like the overemphasis and the over-the-top nature of things that I usually don't like, and that's usually their fault. But yes, another bullshit thing the internet just says over and over again, it's probably not true, about dub voice actors. Where do we go from here? What was happening? Tsunade gives a big speech here. This is Gamabunta. Gamatama? Who the fuck is this? Which frog is this? God, I can feel the sweat. This weird frog that showed up. He was a meme. I love that there's like 20 frogs, and they've all got names, and they've all got like characterization. It's cute as fuck. But yes, the fact that Shima is already there and she notices the Leaf Village, it's just all cool moments of her figuring out what's happening in the Leaf Village, and then they've got to summon him, and she does the summoning jutsu before Pain does the Almighty Push, and they show up afterwards. It's all really fucking cool and building the anticipation of like, alright, the medial, we're walking around the village, each Pain path is fighting a different sector of the Leaf Village till they're all gathered together, and Naruto is here for the final battle. It's pretty fucking sick. This is where Sakura gets the Krillin moment from the Saiyan saga where she yells about how, Naruto, we need your help. I feel like it's literally just the Krillin scene. Sakura is kind of a sook, and we don't hate her, but God damn, she's really just heel in this fucking arc, isn't she? She beats up that one centipede, which is kind of cool. Same with Tsunade. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of the old Naruto memes were like making fun of Tsunade for pain literally arrives at her village and the Hokage does nothing. Now she's like spending all of her chakra healing the entire village. It's got to be kind of convenient, I know. Not for a bad reason, but for Naruto to be the only one that can beat pain in the village, like Guy has to be off doing a mission, Yamato has to be out of here, and Tsunade has to be in a situation where she really can't fight. Sakura is really in a situation where she can't fight either. Shikamaru gets injured, he can't come and help. It's sort of like setting everything up so that like Naruto can be the one to beat pain here, and like if Guy was there, he would just, if pushed to it, he would just open all 8 gates and beat the shit out of pain. But yeah, it's cute. But yeah, the episode ends. Almighty Push is fucking great. Even in the dub, I know a lot of people make fun of it because Shinra Tensei was everybody's favorite. It's fine. Naruto showing up at the end with those sound cues with the boom, 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 and it zooms out one frog at a time until these a chorus of frogs around Naruto and he's looking cool. He's got the Sage Jutsu outfit on, which is probably Naruto's coolest outfit. It's all fucking sick. This episode is great. Everybody knows it. Also, yeah, Tsunade recognizes the Diva Path as Yahiko, and I think we flash to Nagato for the first time here. It's just like for a few seconds, but you see the red hair and him being fucking skinny as fuck, and his body's all fucked up, and he's in the gadget thing. It's pretty cool. But next, I think, the only English voice actor I can't listen to without is Aaron's VA. I think the entire Attack on Titan dub is like the worst dub I've ever heard in my life. I hate it with a passion. I know convenience without cringing. I think Aaron's English voice actor is among the cringiest things I've ever seen in my life. But Naruto showing up, Naruto one-shotting this pain. I forgot this happened somehow, and it was fucking sick, where he just one-shots the one that Kakashi had already destroyed, because they also summon all of the pains back to the middle of the field where Naruto shows up. So they're all there, and they're all revived, even the one Kakashi killed. But yeah. I forgot that the female Grand Elder was also there, so that was cool. We got Shima. Why am I forgetting how to say this one? Fukusaku? I don't know. Gamabunta, Gamakichi, Gamaken, Gamahiro. This dude doesn't have any characterization, but he's like got frog karate, so he's punching people real good. So that was impressive. Make up for a lack of characterization with a cool little fight bit. I'm down for that. They're all visibly surprised to see Konoha utterly destroyed. Knowing full well that Pain is responsible, Naruto confronts him. Tsunade intervenes. Yeah, Tsunade tries to show up and fight here, but everybody points out that her fucking chakra spot on her head is no longer there. She's got no chakra left. And then Naruto has the cute little speech where he's like the Lady Hokage shouldn't worry herself with the likes of Pain or whatever. It's a cute line. Then he has the way cooler line where he asks her if Kakashi-sensei is off on a mission since he can't sense him, and like she doesn't answer, and Naruto knows Kakashi is dead. It's a real fucking cool, stoic, sad moment. It's like, that might be moment of the fucking arc. It's such a cool little moment there. What else is going on here? I'm fucking sweating. He's mastered Senjutsu. I thought it was Sage Jutsu. I feel like it's a little weird. Like, has Pain really never heard of Sage Jutsu or like tried to? Like, he's got the Renegon. Like, wouldn't you know about Sage Jutsu and being a strong Sage boy? And shouldn't everybody that's anybody, like, shouldn't every Kage be a Sage? I don't know. There's just a Hyuga clan member with Sakura, so she can give exposition about the fight and reaction things. That's cute. Same with Hinata, who is with her old guard. We'll get that backstory in a second. They start summoning all of the giant ox, the multi-head dog, the giant rhino to fight the frogs. The frogs start fucking them up. It's real cool. Gamaken has learned from last time about not splitting the dog up, because then it'll just get more fucking paths and be stronger. It's all really good. What else is going on? There's a bunch of exposition about not doing what Jiraiya did. Pain tells Naruto that he was Jiraiya's pupil too, which will come back into play later. He's throwing the Rasen shurikens now, since the last time he nearly fucking destroyed his arm forever. Sakura is very worried that he's using Rasen shuriken, but he's throwing it now, so it doesn't break his arm, and he can use 2 per Sage clone, and it's all a big thing. I remember the Naruto Pain fight being boring and not caring about it at all. It's pretty fucking sick. It's pretty great. I was too hard on it before, but there we go. What else is going? These are a lot of beginning fights episodes here. Naruto starts destroying paths of pain. We don't have to go into it too much. The frogs all get fucked up when the Diva Path starts using Almighty Push on them. They end up fucking wherever. They get sent off into the distance in each side, and they're out of play. He does the double Rasengan thing inside Gamabunta's mouth at some point to kill the summoning Pain. That was cute. Let's just scroll through here. I want to sort of hit the big beats. This is where the Ninetales gets fucked up. Naruto starts to win, and he's down to 1 path, and then it's probably the strongest path, and he starts fucking everybody up. I think he kills the Giza Toad at this point. This is pre-Hinata showing up. I think she shows up at the end of this episode. Pain and Naruto begin to have their thematic talk here about what Naruto would do about all the pain in the world and the cycle of hatred and all that shit. Naruto doesn't have an answer. It's a big meme. He's going to come up with an answer, right? What does he use? Whatever that is. What else? What happens? Meanwhile, Shikamaru decides. Yeah, Shikamaru, after Shizune dies, there's like a little thing. Shikamaru, his dad, Ino, her dad. There's like a random Onbu dude and somebody else. They're all going to go and try and find the real Pain because they actually like explain the whole thing. Conan starts to get worried for Nagato here. It's cute. It's like the most characterization Conan has gotten since when she wasn't a kid, which will come back later. Her being worried about actually, something that was pointed out, well, not really pointed out, they never really go into, unless they go into this later, they never talk about Conan being like in a relationship with Yahiko. Maybe that was just a filler thing I saw, or maybe that's recontextualized later when we get into Obito interfering with the Akatsuki and giving Nagato the eyes and all like that. I don't know if that was canon or just some filler shit that I absorbed. It doesn't really matter, I guess, but it'll be interesting to see. Maybe Chad will tell me. Is when Hinata pops out. I had completely forgotten Hinata had a cool move where she has like, what does she have? Like weird things on her fist that have mouths, and she's trying to beat the fuck out of Pain. She's also trying to break the chakra rods on Naruto that are like all stabbed into Naruto at this point. We get the Hinata flashback of why she likes Naruto, and she always was told to stay away from him, and like everybody was awful. More like Naruto being treated like subhuman trash when he was a fucking kid. And then there was the meme with the bullies, where the bullies want to beat up Hinata because they're Neji's classmates, and Neji's really mean, so they're going to take that out on Hinata, and Naruto like tells him to leave her alone, and she comes up to save him, and then Naruto gets beat up for them, so Hinata doesn't get beat up. The bullies walk away, then Hinata's guard comes back and tells her not to hang out with Naruto, and she wants to thank him. And then there's like this cute shot of like a bunch of times Hinata wanted to go up to Naruto and talk to him when he was all lonely, but she couldn't build up the courage or whatever. But she can do it now, even though she has to fight Pain to do it, and she comes out and she fights him. And it's really cute, and then she tells him that she's doing this because she loves him. And then Pain, it happens like off screen. I wonder if it happens on screen in the manga where Pain just like impales her. She actually doesn't die here. She is not one of the people that's brought back to life at the end of the arc. She survives, and Sakura heals her later. But all this stuff, this was like, I was saying last time that this was the thing I was looking most forward into seeing again. This moment is really good. It's like the best like relationship building stuff Naruto has done between like a male and female character, besides like Shikamaru and Temari just having massive sexual tension with each other from the age of 12. I don't know if it gets any follow-up, because even like it's so easy. Just when Naruto's having the celebration with everybody and Sakura comes up and hugs him, he fucking sidesteps, punches her instead, and then just goes over and like hugs Hinata or something. Why can't he just have a girlfriend before the end of the series? Why? Why do we have to wait? It's so stupid. But I actually saw a Kishimoto quote where he talked about how he didn't like to write relationships. like romantic scenes. I saw this because I was looking up when the last movie takes place. The movie called The Last, not the last movie. That's technically the last Naruto movie because the Boruto Naruto movie is technically one half Boruto, one half Naruto, whatever the fuck. I was like looking up where that is in the timeline, and it's like it's before the fucking shitty wedding at the end of the anime. And it was like a quote where Kishimoto had he said he let somebody else write all the romantic scenes in the movie or whatever and just gave overall plot points because he's bad at that. So maybe the fucking movie will make up for it. But the fact that she says that she loves him here and we really don't get any follow-up until they're married post-time skip kind of fucking sucks. I know they have the moment when Neji dies where they hold hands for a bit, but she literally says, because I love you, and then she dies. Well, she doesn't technically die. And Naruto freaks the fuck out and goes Nine Tails because presumably he cares about her too, and he just doesn't think about it until, I get that fucking Sasuke's set to be assassinated or whatever, and we gotta run to the 5 Kage summit. But, he couldn't have one... it's so easy. Just do a scene where, after everybody's throwing Naruto up and down like fucking morons, he zips away and talks to Hinata or something. This is literally the last moment they have in the arc together. Lame. Not as bad as fucking Full Metal Alchemist at butchering these fucking relationship shit. I'll never get over that. The fucking Full Metal Alchemist Winry Ed thing. But, this part in and of itself was fucking great. And Naruto freaking the fuck out at the end is really good. Chibaku Tensei, of course, we get Planetary Devastation. Comes into play. What does it even do? I know Madara uses it to summon meteors, right? And then Sasuke uses it at the end to trap all of the Biju. But is that it? Is it just supposed to be I guess you can pull, the ground apart? I don't know. I was kind of, comparing it to what I know it's used for later. I was like, what the fuck is this move actually doing? But this is where the meme that everybody shits on Naruto's animation for, but then there were people that came out and defended it, so it's a big fucking controversy whether or not you like the way this fight looks. I think it's fine. It looks pretty cool. There's the goofy whack-a-mole bit that is a little too far, and then the my pain is still far greater than your pain. It's really well delivered, again, by Troy Baker when he punches the ground. It's cool. It's Sakuga, because everything gets very fluid, but people didn't like it because I don't think they understood that back in 2011 or whatever when this episode came out. They were just mad that it was off-model. They do a lot of fighting here. 4 Tails come out just like that was fighting Orochimaru. Then 6 Tails come out and we're really fucking up. Pain, we're running around way away from the Leaf Village at this point. Pain is leading him away. Yamato starts to get the message on his hand that Naruto is transforming and has to leave, which explains why Yamato, Sai, and Anko aren't there, which is cute because they're on a mission tracking Kabuto right now, and Yamato's I gotta get the fuck back to the village. And then it's a cool little tension thing to cut away to Yamato freaking out that oh no, 9 Tails are out, I'm fucked. And it's all cute. This ends with obviously Minato coming out, and it's a really, really good moment. The music is fucking doing wonders here. Naruto goes to pull off the seal, and then Minato stops him. It's a really fucking cool moment at the end here. Conan is continuing to freak out because Nagato is going to kill himself. Yeah. What is this? Noel Alley catches up with the North American DVD releases of Naruto Shippuden and beginning streaming the premiere of the debut of the English dub beginning with this episode. What is Noel Alley? What is going on here? I'm very confused by this comment. Oh, an online streaming service. Okay. Anything else to say about this episode in particular? Naruto starts fucking up shit. There's a lot of fighting here. Naruto is slowly losing himself. The imagery within, it's always really cool imagery when Naruto retreats into his own body, and I believe the chakra is literally leaking out of the seal in his stomach. It's some cool imagery there. Then we get the Minato and Naruto talk here. It's really cute. I should probably read chat. Chat isn't saying shit. They never are when we're talking about Naruto. I read this part where Hinata fights Pain and she gets beaten even faster in it. Who cares how fast she gets beaten? He lost his memory because of the 9 Tails, some BS they came up with. This is not true because he does remember it after the fact, because he talks when he first comes back. He's like, I wonder if I destroyed Hinata's body. So she knows her body is like there, so he's worried that he killed her, which is a little bit more follow-up than I remembered. But it's not like he forgot or anything, because he remembers that she died, and she says she loves him before she dies, even though she's not really dead, as it's revealed. Samui, I don't know who Ghostface is hard-icing. My interpretation of Chibaku Tensei is that it creates a black hole which attracts a bunch of rocks and stuff to it, create a mini moon. Yes, it was used to create the moon, they say, by I think they just say the Sage of Six Paths. Though, isn't it Kaguya or something? I don't know. The Minato conversation here is really cool. We, in fact, do not get the flashback to Minato fighting Obito here. That must come when Naruto is talking to Kushina. It's a really cool parallel that Naruto gets to talk to both of his parents just for little bits inside himself, because Minato would seal some of their chakra in the seal. That's really cute. I like the parallel that he gets to talk to both of them. One when he's going to release the thing, and one when he's trying to tame the Nine Tails. And then obviously he talks to Minato again when he gets Edo Tensei later. What the fuck is that thing's name in the dub? Reanimation Jutsu. They don't really talk about a lot here. They just like have a thing. Naruto goes on the big rant. It's a good monologue from Naruto here, from the dub voice actress, where she's going on about how, like, I always thought Naruto was stupid as a kid for punching Minato when he first sees him here. I'm like, fuck off, Naruto. Minato's cool. Why are you punching him? But it makes perfect sense now. He's very mad at Minato for making him the fox. It is an interesting thing, and I had this explained to me. I think maybe MathWiz mentions it in a bunch of their videos about Naruto, where Naruto being hyper confident when he's younger is just because he's insecure. It's not really a Luffy thing of he's like this airhead shonen protagonist that doesn't understand what's going on around him, or understands it too well to be intimidated by anybody, or to be like as overconfident as Luffy is. Luffy's just that boy, right? He walks the walk, he talks the talk, and he will beat the fuck out of everybody. And he is the best because of it. But Naruto is like that, but he doesn't have the will to back it up. He is scared of everything and everybody and insecure about everything. And it's sort of later revealed, and I feel like a lot of people just miss that about Naruto's character, even though it's made pretty painfully obvious, especially at the beginning where Sasuke jumps in to defend against the ninja brothers or whatever the fuck, the Mist brothers, in the very first mission they ever go on with Tazuna. And Naruto like gets scared, and then continuously throughout the series, and here where he like starts crying to his dad and says like he hates that he has the Nine Tails inside of him, and he hates his upbringing, that everybody made fun of him, and that like it did actually affect him, and all that stuff. It's a cool little like reveal of like Naruto's hidden actual feelings about everything that slowly comes out as he gets more insecure and moody and broody as he becomes a teenager. So there's a lot of depth there to Naruto's character that people just write off. It sucks being the Jinchuriki. Minato mentions here Madara, I think, and says that a masked man and the Itachi attacked the village. Oh no, he does mention specifically that it was the man in the mask, because Minato knew some shit about the Akatsuki, and that's why. Yeah, Minato also says that he's been watching everything and that he knows Jiraiya is dead, and all that. And that he couldn't come up with an answer to Pain's question about the cycle of hatred, but Naruto can, and that he believes in Naruto. Now, Naruto doesn't really believe in Naruto yet, but he will. And it's all thematically poignant. I remember having a lot of thematic revelations as I went through these episodes about like the Pain arc and it being good. But I can't exactly remember and go into them all right now. Team Guy return at this point, but everybody's like, just let Naruto do it, which is, yeah. Naruto is in Sage mode again after he like comes out of Nine Tails mode, and he's outside the Shibaku Tensei thing, because he used up his last clone, so he's got a little bit of time left, and then we continue with the final leg of the fight. This is the last time they fight, yeah, because at the end we're talking. Oh yeah, and then we get the filler episode. So this is just Naruto. I had completely forgotten entirely this last leg of the fight, that Naruto like just beats Pain with a normal Rasengan after doing the little where he just uses shadow clones to hide himself in a bunch of the boulders and pops back out. Yeah, I'd completely forgotten how this fight ended. But yeah, it's really cool. Because Sagemo runs out, he uses both Rasen Shurikens, but they don't hit. There's a reason Nagato's like incompetence, his hubris gets him at this point, but I forget why. He's like, oh yeah, I'll be safe, because he pushes back all the shadow clones, but they all hold each other and propel each other forward. And then Naruto says the line from the vision that they've been all having about you need to give up on trying to make me give up, and it's a callback to the book. Because he just read Jiraiya's first book, and Jiraiya's first book, he imagines himself beating the ninja in the vision, and then Minato beat the ninja in the vision, then Naruto beat the ninja in the vision, and as we'll learn later, Nagato remembers himself defeating the thing. It's a cool little thematic through line of they all see themselves in this vision about refusing to give up on being a good, idealistic boy, and that Nagato realizes that he forgot this, and that's sort of the flaw. We get two meme filler episodes I didn't watch that are set during the Chunin exam. And then we get back to... They first meet, and then Nagato is being a cunt at the beginning of this. He's just being a meanie. He tries to shoot Naruto with the chakra rod coming out of the weird machine he's got. And then he's like, alright, tell me your story, Naruto says. This is an interesting thingy here about Gamabunta's consistency and how big he's supposed to be. That's cute. But yes, then we get Nagato's backstory. The more fleshed out version of his parents dying because Leaf Ninja mistook them for enemies. It's interesting because I feel like if it wasn't Leaf Ninja, that Kishimoto wouldn't have given the kids gloves. But after they kill Nagato's parents... Nagato is an Uzumaki, by the way, and they don't bring that up ever. His mum's got red hair, and it's like, oh, yeah, red hair means you're an Uzumaki in Naruto. Naruto is the only Uzumaki, in fact, that doesn't have red hair, I guess, besides his kids. But it's funny that they never bring that up. He's just a descendant of the Uzumaki clan. I guess his last name wouldn't be Uzumaki because it's his mother's last name. It's also Naruto's mother's last name, but they did that to hide that he's a Namikaze. Also to throw you off the scent, because they had to say all the Hokage's name at the beginning of the series, and if they had said fucking Minato Uzumaki, you would have known that it was Naruto's dad and shit like that, even though the hair kind of gives it away. But yeah, whatever. It makes sense. What were we talking about? His parents die, and it's by Leaf Ninja, but the narrative sort of says, oh, the Leaf Ninja didn't know. Nagato still kills the fuck out of them, but it's like, I feel like if it had been Mist Ninja or something, they just would have said, yeah, they knew they weren't enemies and they were just civilians, but they fucking killed them anyway. Gotta handle these fucking Leaf Shinobi with kids' gloves because of the audience's inbuilt nationalism to this ninja nation. He finds a dog. The dog ends up dying. I'd completely forgotten about Chibi the dog. They literally killed Nagato's dog to make us sympathize with him, which was good. It worked. And then they kind of don't play it up too bad because they have there's a relief moment and they give him a little grave and everything, and so you're not too sad. But then he meets Conan and Yahiko before then. They're teamed up. It's funny because Yahiko presents like he's really cynical, and Nagato is the one that, like, maybe we shouldn't steal because that's wrong. But then Yahiko is the one that comes up with the idea to later give, like, all the merchants back the food they stole when they decide to move and head after the Sannin because they oversee the Hanzo battle and they want to follow him and learn ninjutsu and things like that. It's cool that Yahiko also believed in, like, he actually believed in, like, Jiraiya's, like, message. And because he originally forms the Akatsuki, they don't explicitly call it the Akatsuki, I don't think, but the group that they're all a part of. And it's interesting that, like, because in the first flashback, back with Jiraiya, they sort of set up to, like, Yahiko is the little cynical one, and Nagato is, like, the nice one. But how come Nagato is now Pain? It's sort of like, oh, they swapped. When really, Yahiko was kind of just memeing and being a stupid little kid, and he, like, outgrew it and learned to, like, embody more Jiraiya's will or whatever, and he was the nice boy who didn't want to give up on a peaceful option and didn't want to, like, go crazy like Nagato does when he becomes Pain later and, like, kill everybody to achieve peace or whatever the fuck Nagato's stupid plan is. So, yeah, it's a cute little subversion there. What is dojutsu again? After seeing Nagato's dojutsu. That's the I jutsu. It just means Rinnegan. They get taught things. We get more scenes of Jiraiya with Nagato that comes back in thematic ways that are really cool. We see the moment. We see the moment where Jiraiya gets the name Naruto for his protagonist that would then inspire Minato to name his son after the character. So it's kind of like Nagato had a hand in choosing Naruto's name. And like, it's very interesting because a lot of, again, the like narrative around Naruto is that Naruto is this god always destined to be the greatest ninja or whatever the fuck. When it's actually like Naruto just wants to be like the Naruto in the book, and that's why he sort of is the way he is from this point forward, and why he won't forget Jiraiya's teachings and he learns from the mistakes of Nagato and shit here. It's all really cute, and it all thematically works really well, especially in this individual arc. Eventually, I'd forgotten that Danzo had teamed up with Hanzo, and that's why, and that's how they fucking captured Konan and fucked everything up, and then Yahiko jumps on the kunai, because it's an interesting callback, because at the beginning of the series, Kakashi is like doing a demonstration with the kids, and he throws the kunai at Sasuke and says, Sasuke, kill Naruto or Sakura dies. Or maybe it's a different version of that. And he's like, this is a predicament you could be in as a ninja, and what do you do in this situation, and things like that, and why being a ninja is a hard thing, and like not something like cutesy, and that haha kids get to do it. And it's actually what happens here. Hanzo tells Nagato to kill Yahiko, or Konan dies, and it's like a callback to that. It's really cute that it all ties in like that. Naruto ties in a lot more than people give it credit for, and a lot more than I remembered it tying in, like literally everything. And then Nagato freaks the fuck out. I actually forgot that his legs were injured, and that's why he's in the thing. Like, his legs get blown up by the paper bomb things. Hanzo seems to have some Conan-esque, like, paper jutsu, which is interesting. And then Yahiko summons the fucking Ten-Tail statue, the ghetto statue. I remember freaking the fuck out. I remember there was a weird story with that, because like I was watching the War Arc, and this was when I was in the beginning of high school, which is grade 8 in Australia. It's not high school like in America. I remember getting to the episode in the War Arc, and I must have already at that point forgotten that Pain summoned it here, where Obito summons, because you have to have the Rinnegan to be able to summon it, and he summons the ghetto statue. And I remember like we would talk about the episode. I would talk about it with one of my friends at school the next day, like the episode I watched, and I was like, yeah, Obito summoned the weird statue thing, and that's where the last episode I saw off. And I remember my friend just saying, yeah, that's the Ten Tails. And I remember freaking the fuck out, like, oh shit, that fucking statue is the Ten Tails. And like, you have to put all the Jinchuriki in it for it to become the Ten Tails. But effectively, it is like the Ten Tails statue. So the fact that like Nagato summons it here is really fucking cool, especially on a rewatch when you understand what it is. And then he uses the weird dragon thing that just like takes your soul out if it touches you. And he fucks everybody up. I assume he kills Hanzo there, even though it like comes face to face with Hanzo, and I can't entirely remember how that's resolved. And Hanzo's like, you must have been the leader the whole time from the shadows or whatever. You're very impressive. Hanzo's always like giving people respect if they're like good fighters. It's weird, even though he's like the most brutal boy in the world. Also, I think I mentioned this already, but Danzo's fucking squad is there, and they've made a deal with Hanzo, and it's like, whoa, the leaf of fucking Nagato over at every fucking stretch. And it's also more like Danzo really is a prick, which will pay off in the next arc, of course, because it's the big Danzo is really the major villain of the 5 Kage Summit arc. Nagato's got a pretty bad backstory. He's a sad time. And then Naruto brings up the whole meme with the telling his story to Nagato finishes telling his story, forehead protector. Yeah, it's usually a cool moment in Naruto wherever the ninja crosses out their village thing and becomes a rogue ninja, and Nagato gets a cool moment there. Then they have the big thing about the book, and how like Jiraiya at the end of the book gives like a shout out to Nagato and is like, he inspired me to write the character. That's very idealistic and like, what's the opposite? Very optimistic. And this is where like Nagato realizes how he's like failed, and how he used to inspire the very thing he fights against now, and he is won over by old talk no jutsu here. And he Rene rebirths everybody with the door thing, but it kills him, which is cute. I still don't know. I feel like some people should have died in the pain arc, maybe. Obviously, we need Kakashi for the rest of the thing. Like Shizune or somebody maybe should have stayed dead. Or maybe the frog, I don't know. The fact that Hinata comes back to life and everything, you really have to, like, change fundamentally how this arc is written. But, like, it's kind of fundamental that, like, the next time Naruto sees Nagato when he's reanimated, he, like, is cool with him because really, besides killing Jiraiya, he doesn't really do anything that bad. Well, to Naruto at least. He did kill all of Hanzo's babies. They did say that. Let me read chat and check what they're doing before we finish up here. Anne is saying, I mean, I only saw some scenes of that scene. I think Anne's talking about the pain Sakuga bit. And while yes, it is indeed a Sakuga moment, it's still somewhat off-putting, like it pulls you out of the atmosphere. I feel like every Sakuga moment I've ever seen has like pulled me out because, oh no, they're off-model, which is kind of the point. But yeah. Well, it's not required for animation to stay in model when Sakuga happens. If anything, it's more amazing when it happens. Something I can get overboard with. Well, that's just my opinion. My message doesn't make any sense anyway. I'll go now. Anne is leaving. Is it ever mentioned that Nagato isn't Uzumaki, or does everybody just assume because of his hair? I looked on the wiki page and it just said Nagato Uzumaki, a descendant of the Uzumaki clan and something else. But I don't think it's ever mentioned in the show. Maybe it's in like a data book or something. Bacon is here. Naruto fight's good. Naruto is the only series in which fights are good. It's the only fights ever that have ever been good. This is also... No, we've got one more episode to go over. So what is happening here? Nagato has a thing about like old ideas and talking about how like the optimistic ideology is old. It's very interesting that Naruto is very modern in its like exploration of why, like, it's literally like Nagato is basically just like a terrorist from the Middle East whose country gets fucked up in big wars by people they can't understand and then they lash out. And sort of how optimism, like the old optimistic values of like big nations where they're allowed to have peace, it really thematically plays in and ties into a lot of real world descriptive stuff that's pretty cute. And people don't give Naruto credit for that at all. Naruto says that he's going to become Hokage and find a way to be a peaceful boy. The Toad at some point, the Toad that gave... Again, everything from the beginning of arc comes full circle. The Toad that gave Jiraiya the prophecy originally explains that they're both the child of prophecy, so Jiraiya was like half right and that Jiraiya... And Naruto sort of goes through this monologue of everything that's sort of been thematically learned through the arc about never giving up, which was embodied by Jiraiya, finding peace, which was like a thing he discussed with Nagato, and there was one other thing. It was just sort of like Naruto going over the themes of the entire arc and like, hey, that's cute, and it works really well. Yeah, Gamamaru, I guess, is the name of the Elder Frog. Never expected to be two children of prophecy, and he never thought Jiraiya's novel would play such a vital part in saving the world. Just sort of explaining that he doesn't really understand his own prophecies, which is cute. But yes, like Jiraiya had to write that book, the book that didn't really sell very well, unlike his porn books, so that they, like Naruto and Nagato, could have this moment of understanding and everybody would get brought back to life, and Naruto would now have the resolve to change the world as he will eventually and makes peace and a unison sign with Sasuke at the end of the series and all that stuff. It's a big step in Naruto's overall development of now he's trying to understand his enemies and all that stuff. The Kakashi and Sakumo, whatever Kakashi's dad's name is. This scene with them in this episode is real fucking good. The ending bit where his dad's like, oh, now that I've talked to Kakashi and like made peace with him, he can now move on from purgatory and go and see his mother. Real cute shit. Real sad final line, like melancholic, like, oh, that's super fucking cute. That shit is real good. The Kakashi, I love how we somehow find a way to give Kakashi development in this arc that's really not about him at all by having him confront his father. Because Kakashi has to move on because he's got some fucking Obito-sized shit to deal with for the rest of the series. But yeah, real cool. Because there's like that, like from the post the first arc, like Kakashi's really not in Shippuden for too long. Obviously, the end he gets a lot of focus. And here with the pain fight, he gets the cool bit here. I feel like this is just like, I feel like in the manga it wouldn't be as cringe when Naruto comes back and everybody cheers for him, and it's just like having to hear shitty like extras dubs in the background going, "Hey, it's Naruto. That's the guy that saved the village." It's like this is not very good, but I chose to watch it in dub. Them all throwing him up in the air. Ino gets the line here where she says that she's fucking attracted to Naruto now. And Sakura arrives. I feel like a lot of like people that don't like Sakura would get mad at Sakura for punching Naruto at the end here, where he's like being impaled through the stomach and he's all injured, even though she hugs him right afterwards, because people are dumb. Iruka crying is cute. Hinata just standing in the background is not cute, and she definitely should have got a bigger moment with Naruto at the end here. Embarrassing. Ibizu goes on a big monologue. They start flashing through like Naruto's like history and how the villagers slowly come around on Naruto. Like they show him, hey, Naruto just became a ninja. That's bad. Naruto helped to defeat Zabuza apparently. No, bullshit. It was just Kakashi. Naruto made it to the finals of the tuning exam. Maybe he's alright. Naruto, fucking Sasuke left the village. No, Naruto and Jiraiya went and found Tsunade. I bet it was just Jiraiya. And then it's like, Naruto, Sasuke left. I wonder if Naruto's doing alright. Naruto saved the Kazekage. That's pretty cool. And then it just goes through like all of Naruto's big accomplishments and how the village has progressively softened up to him, and now they all love him and they throw him up in the air, and Naruto was accepted by the village. And it's like, oh, this feels like an end game, like finally this has happened meme. Which is why a lot of people say Naruto should have ended here, though there are incredible amounts of outstanding plot lines that are really cool that we have to go into the future. Naruto has to get to this point and then build upon it to become Hokage. He can't just get to this point and become Hokage now. So yeah, this is the last episode I watched. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I feel like I haven't really been talking about how much I think this arc is like a 10. Like, as good as the best One Piece arcs. I think it's fucking a 10. What else can we say? What makes them good? Why do you like them? Because everybody has 50 different powers, and it's all some crazy cool shit. And it's not restricted to one power like it is in One Piece or My Hero, or it's just like one fire dude or whatever the fuck. It's all sick. Ninjutsu, that's that shit. Plus they punch hard, so it's got a bunch of DBZ punching hard bits where you can do a cool little martial arts fucking choreography thing. It's got the cool fucking hand signs that are sweet that you can practice when you're 5 in the backyard. Got fucking genjutsu and all that shit, fucking with people's minds. They got cool fucking little weapons and shit. What else can we say about Naruto's fights? They're good. Kakashi's daddy issues got solved, but surely he's still got mommy issues, right? She must have died before his dad. They point out that like Kakashi's mum died like maybe when she had him, like super early. Because they say like his dad has this great moment of like great line where he says like, who would have thought both of us would die so young, and not as young as your mother though. So she died a long time ago. And it is funny that we never ever see Kakashi's father fight. He's like the only historical figure that we like hear who's super strong, but we never see fight. Like all the Hokage get revived by the end of the show. Like all the a bunch of the other Kage get revived. Like everybody we hear about, Jinkaku, Kinkaku, even they come back and they have cool fighting moments. But never do we even get a flashback of Sakumo here fighting in the past. Nagato dying is really cute. Conan giving Naruto the flowers is really cute. Them making a mutual grave for Jiraiya out in the woods. With Naruto puts the book there and Conan puts the flowers there is really, 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 really cute. Conan leaving so that she can have best fight in the entire series with Obito soon is going to be sick. But yeah, we get some more. I can't remember specifically what we see, but we get more Jiraiya Nagato flashbacks that are just sort of like wrapping everything up. It really feels like a big. It feels as good as a One Piece arc wrapping up. It's real fucking good. Naruto, the pain arc at least is a 10. We'll see about the rest of it. But I'm pretty confident the 5 Kage Summit is fucking sick, because I love all the Kage, and they're all going to show up, and they're all going to be interacting with each other. Sasuke is fully on his fuck shit when we get to that part, so that'll be sick. And then I'm pretty sure I am already ready to make a defense video about the war arc. So even after I rewatch it, I'm sure I'll like it even more. So, let's see. The scene where Thorfinn breaks his sword is so good. Thorfinn. Why are you talking about this? I love that Komen almost kills Obito. She does kill Obito. This motherfucker has a regen in his fucking hidden eye. Cheating motherfucker. But yes, Conan is fucking sick. Billion with a B. Billion paper bombs. It's unbelievably sick. But I feel like that's all. I feel like I'm forgetting like the big thing that I gotta say to make everybody believe that Naruto is this good. I know, it's just fucking great. I don't know what else to say. I feel like I'm missing like the point where there were a bunch of thematic things that I realized, and I wrote them down because I do plan on making a scripted video like called, we were going to do a meme like Jenny Nicholson type video, 10 reasons why the Naruto fucking pain arc is a 10. So I wrote down a bunch of thematic stuff in that document. I wish I could remember it, but I can't right now. About like thematically how like growing up in family is all related to basically everything in this arc. Cute. Hopefully I make that video someday. And we'll expound on this a little more. But Naruto is fucking sick, and the pain arc is great. Way better than I remembered. I remember always saying like the pain arc isn't that good. Whatever the fuck. Pain, what a loser. I didn't even like that fight anyway. Didn't really like Jiraiya either, so his death really didn't mean shit. But it's all fucking sick. I like Jiraiya a lot more after this. I like Pain a lot more as a villain after this. I like Naruto a lot more as a main character after this. I like Sasuke a lot more after this. Itachi was still the same because he was always a 10. It's really cool. Naruto's good. We'll continue. I really want to watch like the Kage Summit tonight, so maybe talking about that will become sooner than we realize. But I think this is where we end. We give shit off. That was my conclusion wrap up. Rip Conan, I still don't understand why she had to die. Well, she probably would have had to have been in the war, and it makes sense that like they're the tragic trio of like main characters, could be main characters that like tragically all just died in the worst way possible. In Naruto better than Attack on Titan, I would say yes. King shit, Robo guys, king shit. But this is probably where we say goodbye to the YouTube audience. So continue supporting the second channel content. If you have a comment about anything I said in this video, please comment something. It'll help the video out, and it'll make it seem like somebody is actually watching these, especially on YouTube. But yeah, that's it. Support links in the description below. Thanks.